Right.
Alright.
So the action we were in the middle of was Agent A. Logger was going to
Agent-
call.
Yeah.
Agent B. Logger was going to investigate the area. Agent A. Logger was going to call on his phone back to HQ to update. So there's not a role for using your cell phone, but Agent B. Logger can give me a role to investigate the crash site while Agent A. Logger.
Like it's just a general search, not really looking too well.
Yep, that's why it's a D4. You don't find anything, and with a 2, actually, you find 0 new information about this.
Alright.
Am I able to take another roll?
Let's make the call first, and then we can make another roll to wake up.
Fantastic.
Agent A. Logger, you attempt to call?
Yeah.
There's no signal.
None at all.
None at all. You got 0 bars.
Is there a radio in the police car?
Yeah, there's a radio in both police cars.
I'll get back in the one that we drove and try to radio back to the police station.
You turn on that and you try and radio back, and what you hear is the faint sound of that yodeling radio station, and no actual response.
Well, I guess we're on our own. Okay.
All right. And now, John Kimball, you can make another roll to attempt your own revival.
All right. So there's, as little as we know, there's no way of getting died back. So I'm gonna do another D4. That's probably terrible. So
2. Nope. You're still not. You're coming out of it. You're coming out of it one step at a time. You're no longer dreaming that you're a butterfly. You're now dreaming that you are suspended over your own body, which is laying in your warm, comfy bed back home with your dog resting at the foot of your bed, as he always does.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'll get back in the car.
Since he made another attempt, like, I guess we hop back into the car. We're in the back seat. Like, I want to make another attempt to wake him up.
Yeah, he's stirring. He's stirring a little bit. You can see it. You can go ahead and roll me whatever numerical value you want to roll.
I'm gonna stick with a D4 and I'm gonna cross my fingers. Yeah.
Yay.
Critical success. So, that car ride out, it zapped you a little bit. You were sort of out of it, and it suddenly occurs to you, oh, that's right, I have adrenaline in my kit. So you take the adrenaline and you shoot him up an appropriate amount. You're not going to make him, a rager or anything.
Just all of it.
You measure the correct amount and you inject John Kimball with adrenaline. And suddenly, Deputy John Kimball, you are back into consciousness.
Ah!
You are handcuffed in the back of a police car, and you have no memory at all, except for leaving the police station what feels like mere hours ago.
okay.
So,
first thing I want to do, I want to sort of like squint and I want to like look outside. And is the time of day noticeably different?
Oh yeah, you were coming out at night, and it is now afternoon.
What time is it?
Oh,
What day is it?
Oh.
I mean, what time is it, DM? It's like it's noon.
It's afternoon, like 4.
Okay.
3.
And I'm like, all right, take it easy. It's 4 o'clock, and it's like Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
And you left on a Monday night.
Yeah.
John.
What? Tuesday? That doesn't make a lick of sense. Why am I handcuffed?
Deputy Kimball, we have some questions for you.
I have questions. Why am I handcuffed?
Before we can tell, the sheriff was shot in the side of the head. You were the only person in the car with him, and your gun is missing.
The sheriff, you know him. That's Willie. You've worked with him every day of your professional life. And they've just told you he's been shot. You're a suspect.
Willie's... He's dead?
Yes, we found your car crashed. He was dead. You were unconscious. Your gun is missing. and it looks like he was shot from the
your
passenger
side.
seat with a gun like the ones you carry.
I don't say anything. I just sort of sit back in the car.
And I'm just like, give him a minute to get his bearings, guys.
Yeah, you can all tell that he's moved and even devastated by this news.
Yeah. So I basically say, well, what do you need to know?
What happened?
Yeah, anything you can tell us.
You remember driving out from the police station, and you turned off the county road onto that unmarked dirt road into Lokes, which is a trip you've made many times.
Yeah.
But then, blackness.
So we left late evening on Tuesday to come down here and
Evening Monday, you mean?
yeah, sorry. And we came into the dirt road, and that's about as much as I remember. I'm sorry.
A slip up.
What's up?
Nothing. Just a slip up in the day.
Kind of questions would we be asking him? I'm definitely gonna be like, why were you heading out? Do you remember that?
Routine.
You do have the transcript from the homicide,
Oh,
which
okay.
is why you're all
Yeah.
police officer responding. You're responding to both the homicide and the missing police officers who responded to the homicide.
But he remembers that he was responding to the homicide.
He should have memory of.
Yeah.
Cecil, can you think of any reason he would not be able to remember?
Trauma. Blunt trauma to the head. It's easy as that.
Do I feel like any pangs of pain on my body?
You're a little sore, but you don't feel like you're recovering from a concussion or anything like that. I mean, you were in a minor car accident.
Minor.
So explain to me how it feels like to not have a recollection of anything aside from leaving the police station.
So you know when you go to bed and it's a night where you don't have a dream and then you wake up?
You basically went to sleep, but you don't feel like you're refreshed when you wake up.
Yeah, you don't feel particularly refreshed.
Yeah.
But also to describe the sort of missing time. That's a
Right.
pretty good analogy as well. You're actively aware that there's a blackness there, but the blackness is not like 8 hours of perfect memory of just darkness.
Yeah.
It's just a blank moment.
So, God, I don't know what the handle is for a murder, but we were, myself and Willie, we were responding to
Feel free to make it up.
Feel free to make it up. Okay, we're responding to a standard to a C-25, which is
You all
which
know
is-
that means homicide.
Yeah, which is almost unheard of in this part of the woods. You would understand. I mean, there's only like 200 people down here at Lokes, so if something happened, it would be like a kettle pot of just emotions down there because everyone knows each other really well, and so we responded the moment we got the call, and on the way down, it's just nothing, just blank.
Well, if you're not going to be able to tell us anything, we're going to have to keep you cuffed for now.
Yeah. I like sit him up though and like kind of get him a little more comfortable.
Ever the man of action and good sense, Agent A. Lager keeps the suspect handcuffed. But he keeps his eye on the mission. He knows that there's a reported homicide in this town, and they have to respond to that as well. What you know was that the call, the 911 call, was made from the phone booth in town, because that's the only hard line that goes out of the city. Everyone else uses radios, CB radios, satellite phones, cell phones, etc. So you know that the call came from the phone booth, and the sheriff's office, the volunteer sheriff's office, is also near that as well. Right now, you guys are on the western edge of town at the crash site on the map.
Alright.
If that's not obvious. It's the town is, even from here, it's at least probably a 10-minute drive to Gus's garage, and then driving through the town to the other end might take another 10 minutes or so. The proportions on the map are not exact, is the point I'm getting here.
Okay.
Here. But you can tell it's a very sparsely populated town. It just barely hugs this dirt road. You can see the sign in the distance for Gus's garage and Dixie's motel and store. The sheriff's office, however, doesn't have a big neon sign or anything. You do know that it's at the eastern edge of town.
I assume we don't have anything to rope off the crash with.
Oh yeah, you do. In the CSI kit, you have the standard police ticker tape, and you even have like poles to set it up on. I mean, not like steel poles or anything, but like little
Yeah,
plastic.
just like the standard plastic poles.
Yeah.
We'll set up a line around the crash site.
Yeah.
That's all we can do for the moment.
We'll have to come back to it later, see if we can find anything else.
Yeah, it's all ticker taped off. I'm sure no one will disturb it because it says caution, don't cross the line.
It says FBI on it, so.
Oh yeah, it says FBI instead of
What do you
police,
say?
which is even a bigger deal.
Yeah. Wait, why wouldn't it say CSI? It's in the CSI kit.
Because it's a CSI officer for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. So he's
Yeah.
also technically a member of the FBI anyway.
Okay.
CSI is not its own thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Even in those shows that are about CSI, they're
Hey,
always
hey, hey.
the CSI
I don't do
of
research on this shit, okay?
of that particular police station. It's fine. No, this is all about learning. This entire campaign is actually about educating you on proper police procedure and the nature of small town Americana. You will find that there isn't actually any horror or anything suspicious going on. But we'll all have learned things.
It's just a
That's important.
routine call.
Yeah. So anyway, Agent A. Logger, you're in charge of the mission, and all the pertinent information has now been relayed to you. So what is your plan of action?
Deputy Kimball, we're going to have to bring you with us. We're going to continue on and try to figure out what's happened with the call. We can't get a hold of anyone back at the station. So, yeah, we just have to keep you with us while we go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
that seems reasonable.
John Kimball is a level-headed individual. He can handle these strange emotional situations and just go with the flow, which has always been a valuable skill for a small-town deputy.
Is Agent Lager done looking over the crash site?
Yeah,
I was done a while back. I couldn't find anything.
Okay, we'll head out.
he's got a big plastic comb, and he says, "I ain't found shit."
Spaceballs.
Okay.
A mile a minute over here, guys. So, do you guys drive through town? Do you stop somewhere in particular? Do you go to the phone booth or the sheriff's office, or maybe Dixie's motel or Gus's garage or the water
Unless we
tower?
see anything of note, we should probably just proceed straight to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Sheriff's office. So the call came from the phone booth, but the sheriff's office is definitely a place to investigate.
How about one of us goes to the phone box and the other two go to the sheriff's office?
So the distance between them is not actually. I mean, it's probably a 5-minute walk. It'd be much quicker to. You're gonna have to drive past the phone booth to the sheriff's office, so you could easily let someone out at the phone booth.
Okay.
If that was the plan that you wanted to have, or if you all just want to check the phone booth together.
I think it'd be more efficient if one of us checked out the phone booth while the other two went to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Are you offering them?
I suppose so. I mean, CSI guy has all. Give me a sec. Wait, did he leave again? No, wait, you're not in roll 20 anymore.
Oh, am I not? All right, let me reload it.
Yeah, don't worry. Until you need to make a roll that's non-crucial.
All right. Well, Cecil. I thought Cecil would probably be a better one since he has all the tools to actually be able to look over, see if there's anything there.
Is that like something in my my kit? Is like anything technical or?
Well, you know that the call, and it sounded like someone died on the phone.
True.
And you know that came from the phone booth, so it's
Okay.
not. So Agent B Logger, he's got the right idea here. Like
Yeah.
there might
I-
be a crime scene at the phone booth.
I'd
Yeah,
agree
so
with
if
that.
we don't see anything on the way, like if we see blood splatters at the phone booth, we'll obviously stop there.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys blow through Lokes. It looks like a normal town as far as you can, just casually observing. The lights are all on. You don't see any people right away or anything. But eventually, and it's worth noting that on the opposite end, not marked on the map because they're not points of interest, but across the street from Dixie's Motel and Gus's garage, standard American homes. Nothing suspicious or weird. Porches, yards, picket fences.
Okay.
And you pass through that. Thank you. That's proactive of you. Bonus experience points, but there's no character progression, so it doesn't matter.
Oh well.
You guys get to the spot on the map where the phone booth is marked, and you can see, not immediately near the road, actually it's a little ways back, an old dilapidated bus stop that's got a big cartoonish like plastic phone on top. You can't actually see the phone booth from the road, but it's clearly there. So you just park and let Cecil out on his own, and then keep going.
Yeah.
I say we keep going. He jumps out.
No,
All right,
we'll
roll to not break your legs horribly.
we'll park and
Okay.
might as well all get out since
Yeah.
I forgot the call ended while he was on the phone, so we might as well check out the phone box.
Oh, so you want to check it out all together?
Yeah, we should all check it out.
A logger says, that could be dangerous. We're all going to go together.
I'm going to stay with John.
I was about to
Kimball.
suggest that you stay with him.
All right, you guys stay in the car. John Kimball, you feel powerless in a strange situation, but
Yeah.
you carry on. Jacob,
Yes.
B logger, I mean, you don't trust him. He's another small town incompetent cop, probably.
I mean,
And he's a dog owner, and you own cats. You've always owned cats. You don't trust him.
I'm not going to. I'm assuming that since he's the only suspect currently, he is definitely going to. Obviously, I'm going to suspect him a little bit, but I'm not jumping to conclusions yet. I'm still very suspicious about how the window was up, but the shot came from his side, and that doesn't make sense. There's something odd.
But you didn't
right
find the gun. It's gone.
Yeah, we have no idea where the gun went.
now. I know.
Yeah.
The gun is gone as well.
There's so many questions, and all of his questions are racing through all of your heads as you leave the car and start walking towards the phone booth.
So I mean,
Or stay in the car, not walking towards the phone booth, respectively. The party is split. You're all assured to die now.
Oh, no.
God, no, don't split the party.
A logger, as you confidently stride out in front of the CSI officer, you're the first to notice the phone booth as it comes into more clairvoyant view. You see a standard glass phone booth from like the 60s, something very cliche. What's not standard is that it is it looks very red from here, which is weird for a glass phone booth. But as you approach closer, that red is the lower half of the phone booth, and it's definitely probably blood. And there's also, a handprint smear in blood slowly going down the phone booth.
Nice.
Got a
I'll
reference
motion
image.
for Cecil to follow me, and I'll pull up my sidearm and go first,
All right.
just in case.
A logger's all business. He's done this shit before. He once lost a partner from not being careful enough, so now he's always careful.
My
Yeah,
first partner was not a logger, but
Yeah,
he was my first partner.
Alright.
Yeah, I definitely follow.
so you
close
approach the
behind.
phone booth, and from the outside, even immediately, it's closed. First of all, and the entire bottom of it is blood, so you can't really see into the phone booth in any way.
Are there any tracks leading away from the phone booth?
You can roll to investigate for tracks.
He's a D6.
E6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Critical 1. No, you don't see any tracks. 2 or from.
Alright.
You can't make out anything in the
All right.
rocky sort of. I know that the show Sand Dunes is not the nature of a Nevada desert. It's more gravelly and rocky, and you don't see any tracks in that set.
Alright.
Do I know what
So-
the weather was like the night before?
It's clear. It's Nevada. It's very, very
Dry.
Yeah, there's almost no chance of rain or anything like that anytime soon.
Okay,
So I'm going to assume that whatever killed him is still inside, since I don't see any tracks.
You gotta get the violin then, because about starting it's a 10-foot tall phone booth.
Mhm.
From about 5 feet below is just blood, so you can't see anything into the phone booth really. You're probably gonna have to open the door, guns drawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I draw my gun as well.
I'm just.
I'll
sitting
motion, Cecil, I'll motion for you to open it and stand out of the way.
Okay.
And
I do as he motions.
All right,
I open the door and step aside.
you open the door and step aside, and a logger, what you see is a body in the.
Oh,
the
rather anticlimactic.
in the footwell of the phone booth is a man, a big man, but a man in bathrobes and boxer shorts, and he's a bloody mess too. In one hand is clenched the phone receiver of the payphone, which has ripped out of the payphone itself as he fell to his death, and immediately apparent, without any sort of investigation roll, that the cause of death is the fact that his throat is hanging out of his neck.
Okay.
And also explains the excessive amount of blood.
Okay.
But any further cause of death would require a closer inspection, perhaps by the CSI officer.
I was about to say, I definitely inspect a little bit further, see if there's any claw marks or anything like that. I'm gonna roll a D8.
Ooh, big money.
Ooh.
Every time I roll a special die, I roll a 1.
So it's not a horror game until all the dice are working against you as well.
God.
So you mean it's not a regular D&D game?
Uh,
It's a tabletop game.
CSI officer, that throat should definitely be attached to that head. You're pretty sure about that. You've never met
Alright.
someone. I mean, there are those people who get like little holes in their throat because they're smokers. And you have like a granddad who's like that. But this is not that. This is the whole throat removed from the neck, and that's
Okay.
about as much as you can tell because you're still kind of out of it. Actually, you're still the heat's getting to you. You're used to an air-conditioned office.
Okay.
It's not. Speaking of which, this is a body that's been in a Nevada desert phone
Yeah, it smells a lot that badly.
for all day.
I'm glad I'm not there.
I whip out my camera. I'm not able to discern anything, but I whip out my camera and take some solid, high-quality pictures.
So do you have any idea what kind of weapon could have made this wound?
Definitely gonna have to take a look at these pictures later to discern any more information.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can figure out what kind of weapon would do this. I'm gonna roll a D6.
You're a detective too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll a D6 for this.
Yeah, 5.
Damn it.
First of all,
Agent A. Logger's on the job.
yeah, you're gonna carry this mission like a wounded soldier out of battle.
Like your old partner.
So this sort of wound would typically be caused by as far as an animalistic or brutal sort of tearing out of the throat. You don't think any weapon was involved. In fact, with a 5, I mean that can't be. But you'd almost think that he did it himself because he's got a lot of meat sort of under his own fingernails. So either he fought the thing off, or maybe he did it himself.
This is Higurashi level shit.
Okay, well I'll let Cecil take his pictures and...
That's the sound of the Disney camera, by the way.
The other thing I'm gonna do, since I have my little kit, is I'm gonna take some samples of the flesh underneath his fingernails.
Totally capable of doing that. You have a little thing and little tubes, and you put them in, and then you cork the tubes. You don't need to roll for that.
Make sure you get some of his blood. We can see if he was under influence of any drugs or anything. Because it
Okay.
does look like he may have done it himself.
Yeah, I definitely grab the samples of the flesh and blood.
Yeah. All of those samples are acquired. Meanwhile, back with Kimball and B. Logger, if you guys got to talking, I mean, they've been gone for a while. It's probably a while to check a phone booth.
I mean, I just have the radio on low. I turned on the radio on.
Yodeling
Still
Yep.
listening to the yodeling.
Finally, you can listen to my yodeling.
All right, so I'll turn to the agent and I'll say, so if you don't mind me asking, what are you responding to?
We're responding to a homicide, and subsequent 2 officers going missing, trying to report on the homicide.
Did they say the names of the officers?
No.
It's you. I mean,
Oh no, the 2 missing officers.
right? Yeah, it's him. It's
Yo,
him.
I don't know this though.
Oh, sorry. Earlier it wasn't. You got me confused. I'll turn around because I thought they were somehow reporting on more missing officers.
No, yeah, it's
No, it's them.
you found
Okay.
one of them's dead.
Okay. You know,
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm out of it. I am out of it. Not B-Logger.
Out of character, you're out of it.
Yeah.
In character, he's out of it. Out of character, Dave is sleepy. In character, Graham's not playing, and I may or may not be a human being. So let's.
So as like, so you were responding to the missing officers, and that was myself and Willie.
Yes, that's correct.
So, all right. It's been a lot longer since the homicide then. So, has there been any other reports or anything coming out of this town at all?
We have heard nothing. The sheriff, when we tried questioning the sheriff, sheriff. When we tried questioning the
Chief.
I guess the chief, not the sheriff, the chief. When we tried questioning the chief, he just kind of shuffled us out really quickly and
That
didn't.
fat son of a bitch! Don't listen
He
to
didn't
anything that
even-
he has to say.
He didn't even really show any concern about his missing officers.
Yeah, he's been vying for deputy for a long time now. If anything, this is a blessing in disguise for him.
Of course.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that fat son of a bitch, which is all you would ever call him
Yeah.
behind his
He
back.
makes terrible coffee. I thought I was going to die.
You like that coffee? That's
No, I said.
No, I say Kimball. He has that coffee every day.
Oh,
He hasn't pitched in to change that coffee maker, so clearly.
Yeah,
oh.
it's not high on my list of things to like worry about.
Just take it in moderation.
So you said Willie was shot in the head.
Yes, from the passenger side.
Did you find my firearm?
No, I searched around I briefly searched around the crash site, but I found nothing.
So what type of firearm would I normally have?
You'd have a standard issue 9mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is also the weapon that caused the bullet wound.
All right. What about the sheriff's pistol? Do you have that?
I currently have it on me. No shots have been fired from it, as far as I can tell.
This is getting stranger and stranger.
The window on the car was also not smashed or broken or anything, despite a bullet should have passed through it. Unless the window was rolled up after the fact somehow.
Did the bullet go into the hood of the car?
You guys didn't look for a bullet.
Yeah, we did it.
I just assumed the bullet had went to the top of the car.
Nope.
Okay.
Probably couldn't have gone from anyway. If you're shooting the driver from the passenger, it's not going to end up in the hood of the car in any way.
Yeah, the only way to open the hood is if you shot below him, and the left side of his head.
Shot from the back seat, and also slightly down where you could end up in the
Yeah.
hood of the car.
Yeah,
But yeah, you guys didn't look for a bullet.
and also the wound was on the left side of his head.
But you have a car, so if you are very keen on looking for the bullet,
I mean,
in retrospect,
now that yeah,
you can
now
go
that I think
back
about
and do
it,
it again.
now that I'm thinking about it, it'd be really weird that there was no glass shatter or anything. So maybe the bullet somehow went somewhere else. I don't know. So I just start up the car and I drive back.
You're just gonna leave while
Yeah.
they could be doing anything at the phone booth. You're just gonna leave.
I should step out of the car. Well, then that leaves that would leave the suspect alone.
I mean, if you take the car, you take the suspect, because I assume you're not going to
Yeah.
let him out of the car.
Yes.
You
I would leave the.
if you just go, I mean, without them.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
probably.
right around the time that you're contemplating doing this, Agent A-Logger and CSI Agent, you have completed your tasks that you set out to do in investigating the phone booth, and you feel this is unless you have any other ideas, you probably start heading back to the car.
Yeah, I just wanted to close and rope it off.
Yeah, you rope it off, same as the other place. Maybe you just want to do like all of Lokes in a big ticker tape. It would probably work better.
I think the last thing I want to do is like, I want to get. Oh, I guess that's kind of retconning. I wanted to get fingerprints, but I thought about it too late. We've already put our own fingerprints on the door handle when we opened it.
Yeah, you guys did that. You didn't put on gloves or anything beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then again,
I'm new to this CSI stuff.
this is the only hard line in town. It probably gets a lot of use anyway.
Well, I would assume that whoever committed the murder, if they had left and closed the door, would have been the last ones to touch it.